Hey everybody, welcome back to the Hess Project. I'm John Ordalaza, and we're going to be talking about Wonder Woman, the 2017 film. In the lead up to the sequel, Wonder Woman 1984, we're going to talk about the hit film from just 3 years ago. Let's get into it, guys. My God, I love this film. This film was such a breath of fresh air, such a great show of just a woman superhero, a female superhero, live in color, just kicking ass, taking names. Way better, leaps and bounds better than Brie Larson as Captain Marvel in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If you guys ever saw my review for Captain Marvel I did on my John Ordalaza YouTube channel, I did a review on that film, didn't like it, didn't care for it. Maybe they can redeem themselves in the sequel, but I thought Wonder Woman did a phenomenal job displaying a female superhero at the forefront, in the front lines, taking action. Patty Jenkins knows what she's doing, man. This is why I was so hyped when I saw that little teaser she put out on Twitter for her directing Star Wars. This is why I was hyped about it. Patty Jenkins is one of the greatest directors working today, and I haven't seen a lot of her films. I've really just seen Wonder Woman. I do want to dip my toes a little bit in whatever she's done in the past, but this is just a really good sample size of what Patty Jenkins is capable of behind the camera and what she can do to implement great actors, great scenes, great set pieces all in front of the camera to make one really awesome movie. And that's what she did with Wonder Woman 2017. I thought this was a phenomenal film. All the way from Gal Gadot playing as Wonder Woman Diana Prince, such a loving, sweet, and just brilliant character. I love her. I love this character. I love her interactions with Chris Pine, who plays Steve Trevor. Such a great pair, a great duo, a great romance between the two. I love their camaraderie and their back and forth. It makes for really good interaction between a superhero and their love interest. It's some of the best DC has done in a while. Yes, I do love Man of Steel. I don't love it because of Lois and Clark. It's not why I'm there. I'm there for pretty much everything else. Don't get me wrong, I like Amy Adams, but I'm not there for that relationship. But I'm here in Wonder Woman for that relationship between her and Steve Trevor. It's magic. Some of the special effects and the CGI in this film do fall flat just a little bit, but overall I think it's one of the more polished films in the DC universe. I really enjoy everything about it. Third act gets a little wonky, but for the most part, it's contained. It feels like a World War I film. It feels like a World War I film with Wonder Woman in it. And that's the best thing about it. It's just packed with action. It's packed with scenes of just intense, in-your-face action. It's brutal, guys. Who would have thought a film about a female superhero would be this brutal and be this awesome? I never thought that, but Patty Jenkins pulled it off. Patty Jenkins really cemented Wonder Woman as one of the most gritty and raw feeling superhero films out there. Like, I honestly do put it right next to Man of Steel in that sense that the action is really gripping and intense. I put it next to the Dark Knight films. I put it next to some of the most intense Marvel films like Winter Soldier. Just, it's so real. It's so surreal. I love every single action scene in this film. It's done to perfection. And guys, I can't not talk about the No Man's Land scene where she is just wanting to help these people, these refugees on, like, rebuilding their home, bringing them to safety, taking out the enemy. Steve Trevor is just telling her, dude, we gotta stay in the trench. That's what we do. We've been here for months, for years, and we can't even get this close. This much closer, we can't do it. She's like, well, I can't stand here and do nothing. So she takes off the cloak. She runs onto the battlefield with her shield and her sword. She's just deflecting all of the machine gun bullets. Dude, I get chills just thinking about that scene. It's so great. Guys, you need to check that out. If you don't want to watch the whole movie because it's like a 2.5-hour movie, just find this scene. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. Go find it. It's an awesome scene. You won't be disappointed, guys. It is such a brilliant scene to see her with so much power taking on an entire army. In that scene, it solidified Wonder Woman as a really dope character and a really strong and independent character. I really felt for her in that scene, that she really cared and she really wanted to be better for the greater good and for the world. And I'm really excited to see more of her work, with Rogue Squadrons and Wonder Woman 1984 and anything else that I decide to check out that she did in the past. This film does recap a bit of Diana's early life, in Themyscira with her mother, her mother's friend. Yeah, the one who's all battle hardened and whatnot is teaching Diana all the dope tricks and whatnot. It's just a really fun adventure and a fun journey to see her grow and develop from this really special Amazonian birth to the Wonder Woman iconic superhero that we all know and love, and then she becomes and molds herself into by the end of this film. Of course, I'm not going to gush over every single part of this movie. It does have flaws. The villain aspect of it isn't as strong as it should have been and as it could have been. It's got this poison lady who's got like the weird half mask that it's stupid. And then you got the Stryker from X-Men Origins Wolverine playing some German, I believe. And then you got the guy who plays Ares, who was like undercover the whole movie, and like he's just a big mustache twirling guy, and I just wasn't really into it. When he became Ares, it was pretty cool. He didn't look super cool, but we were already 2/3 into a really dope Wonder Woman film, so I couldn't complain too much. I think in the third act of Batman v Superman and the entirety of this Wonder Woman film, Gal Gadot has proven to all of the haters that she doesn't have to be this image that everyone has seen Wonder Woman as. She is her own Wonder Woman. I think she's becoming a really great actress as she's doing more work, starting from the Fast and Furious, because that was the first thing I saw her in, and now we're seeing her in Wonder Woman and all the other DC films. I think she's becoming a really good actress. She's really bringing life into this character of Diana Prince and Wonder Woman. I'm seeing a lot more depth into this character than I have ever seen in anything, like a video game or a cartoon. Like, this is my Wonder Woman that I'm going to be growing up and talking about. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. It does connect to all the other films in the DC universe, at least the ones at the time, but it doesn't make it like a mission and its goal to connect all the dots. It's its own contained, standalone film that just so happens to exist in the same world as Ben Affleck's Batman and Henry Cavill's Superman. It was able to tell a Wonder Woman story without the need of all the other heavy hitters in DC. Guys, and I cannot not talk about the score of this film. It's so great. Yeah, they brought back the Junkie XL Wonder Woman theme that they implemented first in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. It was okay. Like, I was into it at first. It was a little weird hearing it when we first heard it, but I got used to it and I ended up really liking it. I do really enjoy Junkie XL's soundtrack for Batman v Superman. It's a really dope soundtrack, and her theme is really cool, but the other music that was composed for this film, I thought, it was more traditional orchestra music, and I loved it. It wasn't the electronic sounding, unique flavor that Junkie XL brings to his scores, but nonetheless, I thought they both meshed well together. They didn't really utilize his score so much. I think it was only used like once or twice in this film. And I hope that Wonder Woman 1984 blows it out of the park as good, if not better, than the first Wonder Woman. Guys, let me know down below in the comment section, what did you think of Wonder Woman 2017? Did you watch it? It's 3 years old. I think you should. It's a really dope film. If you're not into superheroes, well, watch it anyways, because it's a dope female character. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm going to be doing more reviews, especially for Wonder Woman 1984 that hits HBO Max on Christmas Day, as well as Disney Pixar's Soul that's going to be hitting Disney Plus on Christmas Day. It's going to be a busy last couple weeks of 2020. Thank God we're finally here at the end of it all. Let's just hope nobody gets the Rona. Subscribe to the channel, guys, and stick around because there's more to come.